Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about the 2012 Disney film Brave. Now I've been looking forward to seeing this for the longest time and I heard so many good things about it but I never got the chance. Finally I've seen it and I can honestly say it was completely worth the wait. Now I do want to point out that this is very close to my heart in terms of where it's from. This is from the Highlands of Scotland. I'm from Aberdeen, which is not technically the Highlands, but we're going to say it is for the purpose of this. So it's very close to where I'm from, which is an aspect I was really looking forward to, but I did worry a little bit that it was going to be quite not insulting. I mean, it is quite a satirical film, and I wasn't offended at all. It's done in good humour, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. Maybe the Highlanders themselves might be a little bit offended, but I was worried about that, but it's perfectly fine, and I think it's a fantastic depiction. Princess Merida, she is one of our latest Disney princesses. It's time for her betrothal, but she doesn't want to just have an arranged marriage. Well, she has to find the person she's going to marry, but she doesn't want to be married when she's told she has to get married. She wants to follow her own destiny and create her own path in life. So she goes off, in a bit of a tantrum to be honest, she goes off into the woods and she follows a wisp and she finds a witch's cottage. And she asks the witch for help. And the witch gives her this spell which will help change her mother so that her mother will then see Merida's own point of view and not make her get forced into marriage. But of course, as with any good spell, that goes horribly wrong and Merida has to try and fix what happens and she has to mend the bond, which is the main theme in this, and I'm not going to say any more about that. But the fact that we have this princess who is strong in her own rights is absolutely fantastic. The plot is brilliant, but for me it is Princess Merida who makes this what it is. You could apply this plot to any film, but the fact that we have this rebellious, but in good nature, Disney princess is amazing, because I will be perfectly honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of Disney princesses. They kind of do my head in a little bit. I'm just thinking, for goodness sake, stand on your own 2 feet, stop doing what everybody else does and get a grip. Cinderella, can't stand her. But Merida is one of my favourites, and not just because she's a chukter. I absolutely love her. I think she's fantastic. She looks amazing. It's nice that we have this stereotypical Scottish princess. I've been waiting for one for the longest time, and now that we have one, I absolutely love her. I would love a Merida costume, I have to point that out. If anybody wants to make me a Merida costume, I'm 5 foot, don't bother making me one. But I really want one. I think she's brilliant. There is a touch of feminism to this. In fact, there's quite a strong element of feminism in this, even though it's even though it's not the main theme going through it. The main theme is independence and also, I guess, respect and understanding. But feminism is quite there. I was googling a few things when after I'd watched it, and a few people have said on like Yahoo questions and things, is Merida a lesbian? And from what I've read, that's obviously not Disney's intentions. And when you're watching it, there's no real sign of that. People jump to conclusions thinking feminism, lesbians, or bisexuality. It's not how it is. But I do think it's interesting that we do have that questionable element about the character, which no other Disney princess that I'm aware of has. So she really is a very unique princess, and I will confirm right now, Merida is my all-time favourite Disney princess. Got quite an interesting cast to this. Kelly Macdonald voices Merida. Now, I hadn't heard of her before, but I will say, as soon as I heard her voice for the character, I thought that is perfect. Normally, I'm not too fussy with voiceovers. I think if the voice works, it works. But there's just something about the voice that just works perfectly for the character, her expressions, what she says, the delivery of the lines, it's just absolutely spot on. Billy Connolly and Emma Thompson play Merida's parents, which I was kind of looking forward to, especially Emma Thompson. I think she's great. So that's great. Julie Walters voices the witch. Now, I love Julie Walters. The witch isn't in this for too long, and she's also not... personally, I think she's more of a Tim Burton style witch than she is a traditional classic Disney witch. But I thoroughly enjoyed the character, and she made me laugh quite a lot, and I'll talk about the comedy of the film in a moment. And Robbie Coltrane is also in this, voicing Lord Dingwall, but he's not in it for too long. And just before I finish off with the characters, my favourite characters in this are some of my all-time favourite Disney characters. Alongside Merida, you have her 3 brothers, the triplets. Oh my goodness, I have never laughed so hard in all my life, and one of my favourite bits with this is, I can't say what my all-time favourite bit is because it's kind of towards the end and I worry that it might spoil the plot, but you'll know what one that is. But one of my other favourite bits is after their transformation, I shall say, is when they came forward and appeared out of the shadows. Oh my goodness, best characters ever. Honestly, they are fantastic, and I absolutely love the triplets. Now, as I said, the comedy of this is priceless. I have never laughed at a Disney film so much in all my life. To me, Disney films are not for humour. I know that most of them will evoke humour, but for me they're about the familiarity, the emotional journey. With this, I laughed, cry laughter from start to finish, and I don't know if that's just because I'm Scottish. I got a lot of the humour a lot more, because as I said, there's a lot of kind of satirical elements to this, you know, and it's satirical towards the Gaeltacht, which I think is wonderful, because if I had my way, we'd all go back to speaking Gaelic, and yeah, but I think that's brilliant. But I do think it is the ultimate Disney comedy. To me, I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you'll agree with that. Maybe it is just a Scottish thing. The only people I've really talked to about this are people I know from Aberdeen and up north. So I don't know. I'm quite interested to find out how funny you found it, or to you was it more of an emotional journey? Because while, for example, if you take The Lion King, which is my all-time favourite Disney, I cry all the way through that because there are many emotional moments. But with this, I thought there was only maybe one or two emotional moments where I kind of cried, and I did cry towards the end, but you do with Disney films. So as far as the emotions and the comedic effect, it's fantastic. The soundtrack is one of the most beautiful things ever. It's just Celtic perfection. I absolutely love it. From start to finish, this film had me hooked. It's an hour and a half in length, just over, I think. Best Disney princess ever, best Disney characters ever, fantastic voices, fantastic script, absolutely hilarious, beautiful messages, everything about it, perfection. I could not love this anymore. Please feel free to leave comments and let me know your thoughts on Brave, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!